watch you laugh. And
And it tastes like Jack when I'm kissing him. So I told him that I never really liked.
Welcome home, all. Welcome to SuperMex Nation, the voice of Mexican America. Got a special show for you tonight. Maybe we'll pop it up and have a little bit of fun. Special report, right? There's a lot of special reports going on nowadays on a national level because every damn day is a special report. There's always something new. But we're going to kind of back off on the national political news for the night, because we've done some heavy on the Monday. We'll get back to it, obviously, by the time we get into next week. Fun Friday is this coming week, this Friday. My homeboy, Education Rambo, is back, Swainbo, and we will begin wrapping up our series on education in America and the dream utopian high school as he and I see it. Basically, two educators, he's current, I'm former, on what America needs to do to put together the absolute dream scenario when it comes to building a high school that adequately educates all of our students. Now, key note there, right? All of our students, not just the kids at the top whose parents are wealthy or able or capable and have the power and ability to influence and gain position for their children, but I'm talking about the 97, 98, 99% of all the other kids that don't get that extra utopian dream scenario. But this is doable, ladies and gentlemen. What we are doing is laying out hard, core facts and issues that can be addressed and that are doable right now. And by the way, I'll say it. There was a time in this country when we were the #1 education monster on the planet. We're far removed from that, but I have a golden rule, and I learned this from an old drill sergeant. Once you've been to the top, you know what it's like up there, and you should know how to get back. That's education for us. Anyway, so that's Fun Friday coming up, and then we'll back into next week is going to be really, really hard hitting. We're going to get into the meat and potatoes of all the stuff that's going on current with regard to the push and pull of what the Democratic and Republican Party are doing to each other and for each other. You guys kind of know where I'm at. I won't say I'm strict constructionist when it comes to the Constitution, but I don't like my Constitution stepped on and tattered as if it were my flag current. You get the joke. I do not like what I'm seeing. There are definitely assaults, if not overt and open attacks on the fundamental nature of our government, and we're going to need to flesh those out. And that's coming from both sides. So let's make sure that's clear. If you don't understand that, you will by next week. So we're probably going to run about a week-long series, if not more, on everything that's going on, current political climate. And we'll do that in the SuperMex fashion because the mission is what? Fact-based, issue-oriented, solution-driven, an approach to today's issues and policies that is totally fair, unbiased, and it's country first. Duty, honor, country. That's the oath I took. I never stopped believing that oath, and I never stopped enforcing it. So one last thing before we get into the meat of what we're doing tonight. Tonight's a special night. We're going to be spending some time with a young lady that is running her own program that is going to be part of the SuperMex network going forward. And we're going to flesh out her programming and what she's doing. And in her own words, let her tell us what she's trying to accomplish as a mission. She's not a soldier, but I think she'll enjoy that tongue-in-cheek approach to it. So last thing before we get started. So we're at the beginning of another month, into a new month. And I've not done this yet, but I'm going to do this now. So I need you guys all supporting the program, supporting the mission. I don't see anybody doing quite what I'm doing on air anywhere right now, online or on radio or anywhere. And definitely not looking the way I look. Thank you very much. They don't look like me because we're doing something quite unique and different. I need your support. I need you to help me get on air and continue to sift through the craziness that we see on a daily basis, yes, in a toxic political, social environment. Help me do that. I need you to go to my Venmo page. KP will have that up throughout the show. Go to the Venmo page, shoot me $1 or $5. We can do this in a short way, cover everything that I need to do to support the mission. The mission is giving you this information, unfiltered, unbiased, honest, straight, and factual, from somebody that absolutely believes country first. We won't get into that. You guys kind of know the deal because you've been with me long enough. But that's what we need. So go to the Venmo page. I need $1 or $5 out of you. And if I get anybody, or if I get all of you guys that are on tonight, 100, 200, 300, 1,000, then obviously you're covering cost, and we're going to get much further into building even more programming for you. More. We're going to do more. You got to like that, right? Free is good, not entirely. Help support the mission, SuperMex Nation, the mission that we're doing. So here we go. So the young lady that we've got tonight, her name is Maria Rangel, and she has a program called TV Musica here in the Central Valley, and it sounds like she's got dreams, desires, and plans to kind of blow this up, so it's something a little bit more. But let's do this in her own words, and let's hear it straight from the young lady's mouth. How you doing? Welcome to be here.
Hi, thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for the invitation. I really appreciate it, and I admire what you do. It's always great to be a supporter. My mission is that I love to support artists, people that have the talent of singing, of acting, young actors, any age actually. So my name again is Maria Rangel, and I do have a magazine. I started with a magazine.
You got a magazine too?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so by the way, guys, so we just met tonight, so I'm going to try to get as much information out of Maria as I can to give you guys information. So you got a magazine.
That is right.
Okay, tell me what that is, dude.
Okay, well, that magazine is actually, it's called TV Musica, so it involves TV, of course. Everything that has to do with shows, novelas, especially novelas, okay, ladies out there. They know what I'm talking about.
Guys,
oh, yeah,
guys. You know why guys watch novelas, right?
Yes, I've seen some of those funny.
You know what that is?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of good-looking women on novelas.
Exactly,
that's what it is.
Exactly, especially with all those Hispanic and Latin
there you go.
Beauties out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, sometimes they're like, I don't know what this is about, but I just love watching it.
That's funny. I've had young people told me, yeah, man, yeah, coach, I've seen the novellas and I don't even know what they're saying, but man, there's some hotties on there. And I was like, okay, anyway, because their mom watches or something, you know, that's how they know it.
Yeah, and that's part of our culture, okay? And it's nice to hear that, you know, people here, all ages in different languages, cultures, you know, are watching our novelas. I support musicians, you know, especially locally. I just love, again, like to see people that have that talent, that know how to sing, how to act. And sometimes I believe that if I can help them, you know, promote what they do, that gift that they have. I done a few events. I did one a few years ago, and I think it's time to do another one. Premios TV Música, Música Awards, okay? And
an award show.
Award show.
Okay.
Right. And the main thing that we cover, you know, what I wanted, besides giving awards to nation and international, you know, artists and singers, bands, etc., it was to bring local talent. So I was kind of like always a little shy, didn't like to go out much, but I started going to karaoke's, you know, to different restaurants.
That's a start.
And the reason was to find these little stars. You know, there's people out there that sing beautifully.
Yeah.
And so what I did is that I invited some of those people, you know, some of those friends, girls and guys, to sing during that event. And it was just wonderful. So we have the footage somewhere on the official page of TV Musica. And
we'll all,
and
so we'll link that all up tonight. So for you guys too. So Maria is now a part of what we're doing. She's going to go forward, and we're going to include her content with ours. So that means there's like a cross fertilization of sharing, and that way they'll be more aware of what you're doing because of what we're doing too. But interesting sidebar. So here's one for you. So I'm really close. I'm kind of waiting for the summer. I was sharing with Maria right before we came on that my daughter's almost done. You guys know it. I've already said it a bunch of times because it does matter. Not that my daughter's almost done, but that when my daughter's done, it's going to free me up to spend more time and energy on building the network of SuperMex Nation and SuperMex International. But what I'm planning on doing, and I've kind of done it before actually, in another, you know, back when I had more time, whenever the hell that was. But I'm going to do, you're going to like this, so a Battle of the Bands format, kind of a, you know, you get musicians together, local talent, get them all in one location, let them sing, let them do their music, do their craft. We support local artists, right?
Beautiful.
Okay,
Right.
I'm going to do a Battle of the Brush, where I'm going to get young artists, and we're going to give them a format. They're going to get canvas, probably spray paint. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give them a wall, and I'm going to give them spray paint, 4 or 5 different artists, and I'm going to give them a theme, and then they have X amount of, you know, time. To go at it with each other, a battle, and whoever wins, we name a winner, and we give them an award or give them some money, support them. So, and I'm going to do a payaso fest too. You know what that is? So it's like a payasos are clowns or jokers, comedians. But I'm going to do that too, a comedy fest where we have young talent come out and do their thing. So this was totally before we had even met, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So it sounds like great minds think alike, right? I hate using that cliche term, but it is true, because if you really want to foster art, you got to give people the ability to do their thing. You got to give them a theater, a format, a forum, a place to do their thing. So Battle of the Brush, Battle of the Bands, and a Payaso Fest. I'm going to do all of those, and we're probably going to end up collaborating. So I'll definitely help with anything that you're doing.
Yes,
because I do believe that if people have the ability to remove their own ego from helping others that are doing good things, more good things happen. It's usually when egos get in the way that less things happen. And that only hurts our artists and our subculture, our pop culture.
That is true. I agree with you, because sometimes we believe or we want to make everything happen ourselves. But, you know, sometimes, well, I think most of the time, great things happen when we work as a team.
Collaboration.
Exactly.
Or collusion. Like, Jeff ain't paying attention. He should have caught that. That was like it. Or collusion. Or collusion. There's on the conclusion delusion. Yeah, I'm thinking about novellas too. That's pretty hard, right? But no, you're absolutely right. And I'll say it. So let's do that. I'm gonna drop that on the table for you, because if Jeff didn't tell you prior to you and I meeting, I shy away from no subject. I don't lie. I don't play games. I drop it on the table. You know, a knock in our culture, Maria and my culture, and the Mexican American culture, is that we don't collaborate and work with each other enough. We don't do enough to support each other and help each other. And so by extent, because I think because part of my show is a socio-political show, and I tell people openly, if the Mexican American, not just Latino, because Cubans in Florida and Puerto Rican people in New York, they're not all like us. We're a little different. You know, we have different views politically. But if Mexican America just harnessed this ability to go in one direction and harness the power of their vote, there'd be some fundamental changes in a lot of different ways, like immediately, but we don't help each other. We don't support each other. So we have to actively...
I agree.
Yeah, we have to actively move in that fashion. And like, in the brief time that we talked prior to coming on air, I think you understand where I want to go. I want more of us talking to each other and collaborating. And if you've got something that I can't help with, then I'll get out of the way and let you do it, instead of being obstructionist. You like that too, huh?
That sounds pretty fair.
Well, it's good. I mean, I think we need to help each other. That's an easy one.
Help each other. I think that's exactly.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it. To help each other, and a lot of times is letting people know, that we're here, that somebody's there to help you, to guide you, to give you the information that sometimes we don't have. It's always available, but sometimes we could just we cannot reach it. But if we can be that platform, if we can be that little bridge from us to the people out there, communities, to young people, students, anybody out there, anything good that we can do or help with, I think that's going to be the best gratifying.
I'll add to that and say directly that, if a good majority of the people that I know that are my wheelhouse, meaning they love me, there are a lot of young people. And I'm not talking about teenagers. I'm talking about late teens into their 20s, young people. They like the way I do it or whatever it is for whatever reason. They also, I won't tell you in their terms, but they like the fact that I don't lie, I don't play games. I'm straight with them and I tell them the truth. But it's those people, that young group of potential artists in music, physical art, audio art, visual art, in all of these different subgenres of our culture. They don't have resources or knowledge. If we, us, and not just me and you personally, but us, another generation, right? Maybe an older generation that has maybe done some of these things, then we turn around and share our information, our knowledge, our resources, and our abilities with them so that they don't have the same hurdles to jump, and maybe they get to the finish line a little quicker, and maybe we find that next Frida Kahlo or some incredible musician. We can find them, but you can't find them if you're not looking for them.
I agree.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
So I think
totally.
that's more than a doable aspect. So let's flesh out a little bit more. So for the show, so you do talk about music. You talk about television, novelas. Some stuff. I mean, how about help me with this a little bit? This would be a sidebar, maybe like movies. Like big screen Mexican movies, Spanish movies.
Yes, we actually have here in our Fresno, in our community, great producers, great directors. I can name a few. I don't know if you allow me to name a few.
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I know Mr. Jesse Gonzalez, and I'm participating with him. This is Del Pueblo Productions.
So he does Spanish-speaking movies?
Yes,
okay.
Mainly. I will say yes, 90% Spanish-speaking. Mr. KP, I know that he is another
KP!
great
Is that
movie
KP
producer. Yes. And what we have here in our town is, again, a lot of talent, and it hasn't been, I will say, discovered at a maybe nation or international, level yet.
And that proves my point. We have to make that happen.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
Let me hold you there for a second. Hold that thought for 1 second. So I almost forgot, KP. You're supposed to remind me.
I did. That was just my.
All right.
I have the trailer ready.
Elena Gerard.
Yes.
Her show is.
Evil Down the Street. Open premiere tonight on Amazon Prime. Tonight.
Okay, so Evil Down the Street. You're gonna like this because she's Mexicana too, right?
Yes.
She's Mexicana. So Elena Gerard. She is on Amazon Prime tonight. Officially, it's Evil Down the Street. So she's in this area. She's in our area. So that I almost forgot because. Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna.
Yeah, I'm trailer's ready.
All right, go ahead. I like that. Look at it. We're high speed. Run it. Is he gonna scare me?
I told you we should have had a garage sale.
You'll be fine.
This is gonna scare me.
It's supposed to be possessed, right?
Are you possessed?
Does Mom seem okay to you? At the risk of sounding like a wacko, I'm just gonna say it. Michael, your house creeps me out.
Did you know that the original owner died in this house?
What are you looking for, Kristen?
Let me explain a little bit to you about demons.
You know who's inside me, preacher boy.
Have you heard of deliverance ministry? Don't forget to do your homework.
You need to go back to bed.
I need my phone. You should know better than to be going through my personal belongings.
Father Bob.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. So, Evil Down the Street. It is on Amazon Prime. You heard me right, Amazon Prime. So if you have Prime, help a brother out. Take a look at that. She's local talent, young gal, done by and taken care of and produced by our own homeboy in house, KP, Mad Productions.
CRA, but I manage her. She's one of my managers.
Okay, there you go. So Mad Production Studios and this young lady, her name's Elena Gerard, inspired by true events on Amazon Prime, Evil Down the Street. So back to where we were. She's local. She's up and coming, and she's young Mexican lady from this area. So go ahead and give us the others that you had.
That is great. I was just going to talk to you a little bit more about, the movie that was just produced. We just finished this movie. It's called Offsite. But one of the things that I was very excited about is it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do a production. It takes a lot of time, effort. Sometimes you have to be recording on the hot sun.
Yep.
All kinds of, different
in Fresno?
environments. In Fresno, Sanger. We actually film in Sanger. I know it's only 115 today, right?
Just today.
It's fine. But this movie actually was just officially entered and accepted at one of the Los Angeles Festival.
Okay.
So that's when you feel so great,
Reward
about
for the work.
Rewarding,
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. And that is something that again, people out there, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talent out there, a lot of people, young people, any age, because sometimes we wonder, well, I may be too old, to act. It's like, there's no age. There's something, a role for everybody and anybody. So if you've been wanting or thinking about doing this, try to reach out. Later on I'm gonna have information about who to contact, in order to maybe get a little more involved and knowledgeable about what you can do here in our own community without having to move to Hollywood or New York.
Heaven forbid there's some talent outside of Hollywood, right?
That's right.
which there is. So let's do that. So you'll be on, let's say, once a week. We got to work on the exact day. I think we're kind of set on a day I won't announce yet, but what I will do is we'll announce into the network and into the SuperMex Nation page.
Yes.
Exactly. But basically she'll be starting next week with TV Musica with Maria Rangel, and she'll be talking about arts, entertainment, culture.
Yes.
And primarily in Spanish. So, forgot, you guys forgot, right? I do speak a little Spanish. So the network is, it's going to be a hybrid. We have a little bit of everything. I was kind of describing that a little to Maria earlier, that we have people that speak English. We have people that speak Spanish. I've got people who speak other languages, other than those two.
Great.
And what we really want is people to understand that you can be a little different or sound a little different. But ultimately, when it's all done, we're all Americans. We should all be supporting each other, taking care of each other, because America is a big fabric, and it's made up of a lot of different colors, shapes, sizes, and places.
Yes.
And so that will be part of SuperMex Network and SuperMex Nation, in addition to what Maria already has in terms of her own following and audience. And we're definitely going to help her grow, get bigger, and get out to a larger audience, because there's a lot of people out there. So you're going to like this. I do have friends and followers that are in other parts of the country. They may not be Mexicano, or they may not be, closer to me. I think I joked with one of them. He doesn't quite look like me. He's a little lighter.
Okay.
Maybe grew up in a different area. Maybe our backgrounds are a little different. Maybe our religion's a little different. But when it's all over and done, I give a damn about my country and where we go and how we go forward. So it is a lot of different shapes and sizes. So as always, as we flesh this out and as we grow SuperMex Network, the network, you guys are going to have a lot of choices and a lot of options. And you can pick whatever the hell you want. Isn't that the all-American way? You get to choose, ladies and gentlemen. That's a scary thought and a scary concept. You actually get to choose what you want to watch and listen to. So any last thoughts before we head out here?
Well, yes, just thank you again, for the invitation. And I invite everybody, to watch my show. It is called TV Música Show. And we're going to have, again, interviews with, national and international bands, artists, singers, movie stars, hopefully, pretty soon. And segments about telenovelas and local talent. So for those people, again, please watch my show, and we'll be in touch.
I got one for you. Watch this. So SuperMex, before he goes out, can you get Enrique Iglesias?
I can. Yes, of
I'll
course.
tell you what,
Everything is possible.
because if you get that guy, we'll have a bunch of young ladies watching the show.
Definitely.
Like yesterday. I probably shouldn't even say it. We'll probably have a lot of older ladies watching the show too. We'll probably have a lot of ladies watching the show on that night.
Watching.
Incidentally, so you're gonna like this, Maria. Before we head out here, so I'm really proud of this, that we do have a really strong female component in our group so far, and the ladies are really outspoken in our group. Because what one of them has told me is that they feel it's a safe, clean environment. We don't make fun of people. We don't talk about people. These are all rules, by the way, for the network. We don't talk about people. We don't get dirty. We don't belittle people. We don't make fun of people. We don't treat anybody different because they don't look like us, or maybe one's a female, one's a male. They really like the environment. Okay. And so it has allowed a lot of ladies in our forum, in our group, to speak freely and get what they want out, with no worry about how it's going to look or sound. But what that also means is, and I've been saying this, I needed to, and I told Jeff just a while ago, we need to get more ladies into what we're doing. So you're the beginning of that, and we do have more that will be part of it, because bottom line, guys, and this is my last thought for tonight, because it's not necessarily political, but listen, ladies are coming out hard and heavy, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming out, gentlemen. I told you guys, I warned you, there are more women in Congress than at any time in the history of our country. There are more women that are starting to gain access to greater dollars. We talked about Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and Katy Perry last week. They're at the top. Beyonce just signed a deal with Netflix for $60 million. Women at the top are commanding the market dollar. We need to get women at the base to get their fair share of the dollar. So because I'm fair, we are getting a nice response in terms of the women that we have on the show. And we are going to flesh out more programming, original content on SuperMex Nation to help build a free-thinking, free forum for ladies as well as gentlemen, because we're here too, right? But everybody gets treated the same. Everybody gets treated equally. Everybody's equally actualized in their ability to be the full you, to be the full you. That's what we want here. So last thought before we head out, I'll be back, like I said, on Friday with Fun Friday. Tag that track. Cheap date night. I'm the cheapest date in town on Friday nights. Absolutely free. But you guys need to support, KP, if you can, one more time. Support through the Venmo app. I need $1 or $5 contributions, like right now, because it's the end of the month. I'm going to take care of what I need to do to support the mission, because we're going to continue to grow content. If you help me, I'll help you. Help me help you. Help me help you. Help me help you. Cuba Gooding Jr. So help me do that, and I will continue to bring you more. Listen, I'm going to bring you more anyway, but help a soldier out. Help me complete my mission. That's what I'm doing right here. That's SuperMex Nation for the night. Again, thank you to Maria Rangel and TV Musica. And they're going to have some fun with that. So you're getting more content, ladies and gentlemen, content. And I want you to enjoy your time. I'll be back on Friday. Be ready. I will post out when Maria will be ready to start, and her content will also be on our network and everywhere else. We're going to plug it and blast it big so she gets more audience. Okay? That's the show for the night. Thank you guys all for being here. SuperMex is out.